I worked with Minden Reunion. I worked when it first started, and I enjoyed it very much. Okay, I enjoyed it very much. I take care of the registration. I mail out letters, maybe 700 or 800. All the forms come back to me. We take donations. We work with the registration table. We do anything that needs to be done. It's really enjoyable, and I enjoy working with them, and we always want new people coming in. And this year we've added something new. We've added a walk to Minden, and we'll walk Monday morning to Labor Day. We have rented a bus that takes you to Minden, brings you back from Thurman to Minden. Each year we try to make it a little more interesting for people that come. Again, this year we have added a videotape. That you can get a videotape. If you haven't heard from anybody, if you don't have anything, you call me. You have my number. I'll see that you get the information on it. And all through the year, if you ever want to know anything about the Minden old-timers, all you have to do is write me, and I'll see that you get their names and addresses or whatever I can do to help you out. Is that enough?
Could you give them your address and
Oh,
number?
okay. Okay. Again, I'm going to give you my address. It's Helen Bakes Supply, Route 1, Box 158A, Oak Hill, West Virginia, 25901. And I'll be glad to do anything I can to help you out. If you need any pictures or anything, just let me know. Thank you. Hey, I'm an old Minden old-timer. I have a brother, Andy, who's 74, and he was born at Minden. My sister, Margaret, also at Minden. The big family. My mother and dad came to Minden in 1903. They're married there, and they raised all the family there. We went to school there. We went from grade school to high school. We walked Oak Hill, and it's just something that we never forget. I wish my children could do the same as we did many, many years ago.
I'm Kitty Bryan. I was Kitty McMillian, Ambrose retrieved me out of Nicholas County. Well, I married Ambrose Bryan from Oak Hill, and I've just been here with him ever since, and I've enjoyed this Minden reunion so much because I've met so many nice people. Oh, the reunion has just been a wonderful thing. I see all these people getting together and enjoying themselves. Oh, yes, I have my granddaughter back there serving drinks, and my husband's back there serving drinks. We just get to meet everybody.
Mabel Ellen Leet, L-E-E-T-E, Gwynn, G-W-I-N-N, R-N. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
What I'm doing now.
What's your business like?
Yes. I do office work for Dr. Joanne Jarrett at Oak Hill, West Virginia. I am 84 years of age and still very active.
What did you do back then? Tell us about what you did back then at Minden.
At Minden, I didn't do anything at Minden. I did not work at Minden. No, I never worked at Minden. Ms. Thomas, there was a Ms. Thomas that worked at Minden, not me. Now, we took care of a lot of those patients at Minden. At our office in Oak Hill, Dr. Jarrett had several patients from down there, but I never did any work there. But I lived there 10 years.
Any fond memories you want to share with us?
There's so many of them.
Any favorites?
I'll tell you, maybe the highlight of it is just this. I love my profession, and I love doing it. And that is the reason that I am still in the work.
Thank you very much.
I can't hear you.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Margaret Bundy.
Anything else you want to share with us?
Well, we lived in Minden from 27 to 24. My dad must have brought at least half of this crowd that's gathered here, and I answered the door day and night. I'm a retired school teacher. I live in Oak Hill, as Dad retired in 44. Dr. Walter E. Bundy, Sr. Yes, every memory in Minden was great. We loved them all. And we hope they loved us.
I can't hear you, so much noise.
Okay, just tell us your name.
Pauline Huffman Thomas.
Okay, and are there any memories you want to share with us?
And I worked, and what else do I have to say?
Anything you want. Tell us what you did.
Oh, yeah.
Nurse?
Well, I worked for coal company doctors for 20 years at Minden, West Virginia. And I moved away in 1956. And then after I went to Virginia, I worked for a doctor there. And then I worked for the courthouse for taking blood tests for drunk drivers for 10 years. I can't understand. 7. And my husband, Frank B. Thomas, was purchasing agent for New River and Pocahontas. And we moved to Tazewell in 1956. Yeah, got 2 children. And one of them is here today. She lives in Charleston. And I got a son that lives in Orange, California. Yeah.
My name is Katie Blizzard Pinson, and
That's a little bit more. It's right in front of you. Right there.
okay. Over? You want me to say it again? Okay. My name is Katie Blizzard Pinson, and I went to Minden after I graduated from high school, married Benny Pinson, and lived there and had 4 children, 4 daughters. And they're all married. One lives in Maryland, one lives in Virginia, and 2 lives here in Oak Hill. I have 15 grandchildren and 15 great-grandchildren and 2 great-great-granddaughters. And I own Katie's Dress Shop in Oak Hill. I've been in business on Main Street 28 years. I work for other people. I've been on Main Street 35 years, to be exact. And I'm still there, and that's all I know about myself. Okay?
Pete Rogers. I'm the mayor of Scrapper's Corner, Minden, West Virginia, the roughest, toughest spot in Minden. Now, I want to mention something about our high school. I found out Friday night that education hasn't improved too much. I go to the ball game. Adults are $3. Students are $2. I get in a line with 5 students in front of me. I throw down a $5 bill. I tell the woman at the window, I am a student from the University at Hard Knocks, and she says, $2, please. How you like that one, huh? Pretty good. Also, I was a grave digger, a coal miner, a used car salesman, and everybody backs up against the wall when I mention used cars. I don't know whether they're protecting their back or whether they're protecting their pocketbook. But I have been successful at it. Oh, I really enjoy it. I meet these old-timers, and the first thing they say, who are you? And they start reading. Half of them can read and half can see. You've got me. All right.
Can you see these people behind the pillars? No, we've got a couple. The lady in purple. You need to. It might be best if you just stood up and stood up here. We're losing several people behind the pole. The lady is right. That lady there. Yeah.
Our gracious and loving Heavenly Father, we humbly bow before you, Lord, acknowledging our frailty and our weakness and our total dependence upon you. And since we last met here, we realize that some of our number have come to their eternal reward. And we're thankful, Lord, for health and strength and peace and happiness. Thankful for this great fellowship that we've come to enjoy and look forward to. Now as we come to the time of taking on nourishment for our bodies, we pray thy blessings upon the food, upon the hands that prepared it. Bless our fellowship together, for we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
And your name, sir?
My name is John Daniels.
Okay.
Pastor of the Gatewood Baptist Church.
I see. And how are you enjoying the Minden reunion so far?
I think it's very nice that these folks get together. I didn't grow up in Minden myself, but I got my wife out of Minden.
I see.
And I've met a lot of wonderful people down through the years, and it's certainly something that we look forward to because we begin to share. And of course, we're realizing the older we get, the less of our old friends are showing up. But it's been a real joy to be with them each and every year.
I see. Do you have any of your other family here with you today?
Some of my wife is with me, and her brother. My wife is Helen. She used to be Helen Spradley.
I see. Does she grow up in Minden?
She grew up in Minden, and her brother, Richard Spradley, known as Butch.
I see.
And most of them remember Butch.
Any other memories you care to share with us this evening?
No, we have other members of our family, but we had some others, but they had to leave early.
I see. Well, we sure appreciate you taking time to get on our tape here and have a nice day.
Glad to put in a good word for the Minden folks. They're really a wonderful group of people.
Yes, sir, they sure are. Well, thank you very much. Your name, sir?
My name is Mo Thompson.
I see. And do you have any other family members here with you today?
My brother Bill is here. My sister's in town. My wife Mary from Minden is here.
I see.
Her name is Mary Ripple.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing now?
I'm a lawyer down with Ashland Oil in Lexington, Kentucky.
Lexington, Kentucky?
I practiced law in Clarksburg about 20 years.
I see. And do you have any memories about Minden you'd like to share with us today?
Well, the best thing I remember, we had water inside our house. One of the few in all of Minden. We still had an outhouse, but we had running water in the house. We lived near the tipple. That was the dividing line. We lived above the tipple.
I see.
Most people here live below the tipple.
And what did your father do?
He was the fire boss at Minden.
I see.
He worked 2 shifts every day. He had to go in and clear it for the day shift, and he went back again for the night shift.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us this evening?
Well, he raised 8 children down there. We all finished Oak Hill High School.
Really?
And we're spread all over the country. 5 of us are still living. So we have fond memories of Minden, and I've come back every one except one of them.
I see. And your father's name was who?
I'm a junior.
Oh, I see.
I would have created that name. Moat Senior is my father.
I see. Well, we sure thank you for being here today, and have a nice evening at the reunion.
Enjoy it. Thank you.
I'm here.
This is the other part of the family. This is my wife, Helen. She was known as Helen Spradling, and 43 years ago, I changed it to Daniel. She's probably forgot the Spradling part for this time. But Helen, would you like to say something?
Oh, no, I haven't forgot that Spradling part. That's how everybody here knows me. They don't know me by Daniels.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, we've been married 43 years.
4 children?
We have four children, 11 grandchildren. We got all these wonderful friends from Minden.
Oh, tell us about your life in Minden. What did you do there?
Pardon?
Tell us about you and when you lived in Minden.
Well, one of my highlights of Minden was walking to the grocery store and buying a loaf of bread and seeing all my friends down there. Now, Minden's changed quite a bit since I was a little girl, but I don't know. It's like I said to Margaret Bundy a while ago. I see her real often, but there's something different about seeing each other here at the Minden reunion, and it just means a lot to us. We grew up at Minden, so naturally it means a lot to us. And plus, not just Minden, but there's a lot of people here that I went to school with that lived in Oak Hill, Scarborough, and Summerley. So
We sure thank you for taking time to talk.
I have a girlfriend. This is one of my schoolmates from grade school, Esther Nell. Now, Essie, I'm going to give you the mic.
miss a lot of your...
Almost as pretty as West Virginia.
Oh, I see. Well, do you miss a lot of your friends? Do you see a lot of them here?
I'm seeing a lot here. I come every year and enjoy it very, very much. It's really an experience. I'm always amazed that a little town could inspire so many people to be together like this.
That sure is nice. Well, we should thank you for stopping by.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice evening. Your name, sir?
Steve Franco. I didn't get you. I can't hear you too good now. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I was born in Kingston, but after 1 year of school there, 6 years, I went to Minden. The old school right down by the bridge, across the railroad tracks. And then I went down to Rockrick on the hillside, third, fourth grade, and then across the hill to the brick building. Was 12 years old through the 8th grade. Then we built a home up on Pea Ridge. We lived right there, Scrapper's Corner, up on the hill there, right below Miller's. Now I'm retired now. Then I got out of high school in 1941, and I went to trade school down South Charleston. Then I went to Connecticut. And I've been up there ever since. I've retired now from, Marlin Rockwell Ball Bearings. That was an old, real old ball bearing company. It was #1 in the country. And for a while, along with Papner Bearings and New Departure Bearings, which General Motors made bearings for General Motors all the time. We made them for Ford and Chrysler and somebody. All our bearings were interchangeable. I don't know, I got married up there. No, nobody's here with me. I have 3 children. They're all up there in Connecticut. 4 grandchildren. Oh, I've been to all these reunions except the first 2 I didn't attend. And I didn't even know anything about it, and yet I used to go down to Minden there and stop and talk to Willie Williams on the corner about the old company store, and I'd wake him up sometimes over there. God bless him, he died on us last year. And he's there with us in our hearts anyways. And, I retired here about the end of '84, I retired. And it's always nice to come back and see all of these people. Everybody's changed. Some I can't even remember their name. Good thing thank God for these name tags we have. Yeah.
We sure appreciate you coming down.
All righty, sure thing. Yeah, man, I hope to be down next year with my camera over here. Okay.
Let's see. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I lived in Minden 3 times, and we went down on the Kenora River and we came back. We came to Minden from Illinois, and we all went to high school up at Oak Hill, and my sister was one of the oldest employees in the company store. Her name was Isabella, and nearly all of them went to college, and they done various types of work.
What are you up to nowadays?
Well, I live in Florida now, and I'm a retired letter carrier from Miami, Florida, and I now live in Fort Pierce. I moved from Miami up to Fort Pierce.
Do you have any other family members here today?
My wife is here, and my sister's here, and my brother-in-law. No children. No.
See a lot of your friends here today?
Yeah, a lot of them.
What do you think about the reunion concept?
I think it's great, and while I'm saying this, I want to say something about Herb Jones. He's a super guy, but I know all the other people have done a lot of work too, but Herb and Ernie is the guys that really put this thing on. Okay?
Thank you very much, sir. You have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Hey, ma'am.
Evelyn Dorset Walker, and I came to Minden when I was 21 years old. There I met my husband. Stayed there for 21 years. I had 2 children. When they graduated from high school, we moved to Nicholas County, and we loved it so well back Minden that we came back and bought a home there and lived there till after we retired, and lived there till my husband died. then I had to leave. So it was great living in Minden.
Seen a lot of your old friends?
I worked the post office there, and my father was postmaster in Minden. So we had a great life there.
That's great. Do you have any other family members with you today?
No, not today.
Well, we sure hope you enjoy the reunion, and thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to do that. Henderson.
I see. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Henderson.
Well, I now reside in Rockville, Maryland, and I come back to Oak Hill for this occasion, which I guess is our 7th or 8th year. I've been coming back to the sports festival for about the last 20 years. I grew up in Minden, moved there in about 1925 when I was 4 months old. My mother continued living there in the same house until she died in 1978 in a company house. My father was a coal miner. I had 2 brothers there, 2 sisters.
Do you have any children?
I have 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and I really enjoy this affair. To me, it brings back a lot of memories of all my old friends.
Seeing a lot of old friends today?
Right. And normally Herb Jones and I talked about this when we started putting this thing together. Rather than meeting people at the funeral home, let's get together and let's have a little reunion.
Good concept.
And it started out a few years ago with a couple hundred people, and now it's up to maybe 450, 500 people every year.
Yeah, a lot of people couldn't make it though this time, could they?
No, well, the weather I think has kept some of them away, and it's up and down, you know.
Well, we hope they get here next time, though.
Yeah, they'll make it. So, but I have a lot of pleasant memories of Minden, of growing up. No one had any money, because none of the other coal camps did either. Everybody had in my opinion, had probably a childhood that no one growing up today, especially in the city, can have. We did a lot of things. We played ball, went swimming in the river.
Made your own fun, huh?
Hopped our coal cars to Minden, to Thurman, to swim across the river. And we just had a great time growing up. Everybody trusted each other, loved each other.
Well, that's great. We sure are glad that you had time to stop by, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, what is your name, ma'am? Your full name?
My full name is Juanita Hewitt Burton.
I see.
And everybody in Minden called me Nita.
I see. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Minden in the 3rd house from the church, right directly across from the company store. And we used to play in the creek that ran down in front of the house.
And who are your parents?
My parents were Roy and Violet Hewitt.
And what they do?
My father worked in the coal mines, and my mother had a hard time keeping up with 3 kids, my brothers and myself.
And who are your brothers?
I have a brother named Bill Hewitt and a brother named Boots Hewitt.
And what are you up to nowadays? What do you
Well,
do?
I'm just retired and having a good old time. Doing a lot of camping and traveling and enjoying life.
You see a lot of your friends here today?
A lot of them, and thoroughly enjoy every minute of it.
Well, what do you think about the reunion type concept, by getting everybody
I think
together?
it's great. I love every minute of it. I think it's great.
Any messages to the people who couldn't be here today?
Tell them all how we missed them, and hopefully they'll be here next year.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you for stopping by, and have a nice
Thank you for
evening.
interviewing me. I enjoyed it.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all.
You talk.
No, you talk.
Oh, who do we have here today?
I didn't.
Who do we have here today?
Clarence Green and Elena Green.
I see. And your maiden name?
Livonia.
Livonia. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, went to Minden School, graduated from Minden Graded School, finished Minden Graded School and into Oak Hill High School. Spent 3 years in the Army.
I see. And
Well, we moved to Oak Hill when I was in the 10th grade, and I met Clarence, and we got married. He's known as Dad.
see. So what are you all doing nowadays?
She's Frankfort Lane
Elementary
School.
Wow.
And I'm retired.
You're retired. Seeing a lot of old friends today?
A lot of friends.
Having a good time?
Yeah.
Any memories you'd like to share with us about Minden?
I didn't hear it.
Any memories you would like to share with us about your life
Oh,
in Minden?
good times. Always good times.
I see. And you, ma'am?
Well, not that I went for Minden, okay? But he enjoys himself.
Yeah. I'm one of the head honchos of this thing.
Well, I see. Well, we sure are glad you're here, and thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Your name, sir?
Keith Kelly.
Okay, and where are you living now?
Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama. What do you do there?
I'm retired.
Retired?
Yeah.
And what, tell us about your life in Minden.
Well, I moved to Minden in 1930, and I left in 1941, went in the military.
I see. What did you do there?
Pardon?
What did you do there? Which branch?
I was aircraft mechanic, aviation maintenance, and I stayed Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah, I went in the Navy first. Did 6 there and 15 Air Force. And then I got out and I spent a 21-year career in the Postal Service in Montgomery, Alabama.
I see.
Retired, and that's where I live now.
Well, you see a lot of your old friends here today?
Oh, yes, yes. It's great, man. This is just fantastic. It
Do
really
you have
is.
any other family members here?
Yes, I have my wife and my brother.
Oh, do you have any children?
Yes, I have 4. Yep.
Wow. Well, we sure hope you have a nice evening, and thanks for
It's been nice.
stopping by.
Very appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Nice talking to you. Bye.
Barbara Walker.
Okay, and what are you doing now?
Well, I'm kind of semi-retired right now. I worked as a legal assistant, and now I'm retired.
I see. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Where do you want me to begin?
Oh, start right back in Minden.
In Minden?
Yeah, with your parents and everything like that.
Well, my parents, my father was Russell Edward Walker. My mother was Dorothy Bell Martin. And my father worked there as a coal miner. And, of course, I grew up as a coal miner's daughter. I'm very proud of that. And it was a very interesting life. I can look back and reflect on some of the things that we did back there that were so much fun that kids nowadays would look on as being very boring, but they were fun.
You made your own fun, huh?
We certainly did.
Well, that's great. You seeing a lot of your old friends today?
Yes. I think what's happening is these are most of the real old-timers, like the ones that knew my parents, and the ones that went to school with me are just beginning to come back, and I think as the years go on, this is going to become more and more interesting for our age.
Well, that's great. Do you have any other family members here with you?
Not with me. I have a sister by the name of Prince Sue who lives in Long Island, and hope to get her here next year.
We hope to see her.
And my cousin is Betty Jean Walker, whom everybody knows.
Oh, yeah, everybody knows Miss Walker. Well, we sure hope you have a nice evening today, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Hey, ma'am?
My name's Helen Menarchik Williams.
I see. And tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I lived in Minden until 1936, graduated from Oak Hill High School, and my father worked in the coal mines there. He was John Menarchik, and my sister's here with me now. I had 2 brothers, one is deceased, and I moved to Richmond, Virginia, and from there I went on to college, and I became a school teacher, and I always loved to come back for the Minden reunion. It is so much fun to see so many old friends.
Where are you living now?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
And you have a husband and children?
Yes, my husband's here, but he's not too well, so he's living home by himself. And my sister's here with me, Mrs. Sophie Wise.
I see. Well, you see a lot of your old friends you've had?
Oh, yes.
Haven't seen in a long time?
Well, it's wonderful. I thoroughly enjoy it. Wonderful.
What do you think about the whole reunion concept?
I think it's one of the greatest things that anyone can do, to be able to get this many people congregated in one spot. Such a small spot, too.
Well, we sure thank you for stopping by, and we hope you have a nice evening here at the
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
Your name?
Paul Helvin. I live down at Scott Depot, West Virginia now. And what amazes me about this crowd here is how good they look and how nice everyone is. And I'm so surprised and glad that there's that many of us still around.
Okay, how many years have you been to the Minden reunion?
This is my third time.
3 years, huh? It is great to go back and see everybody.
It is. It reminds me of my days when I used to work at Minden. Now, these pictures they got showing in the mines here, the coal was high, but from later years down there, we really worked that low coal down there, 30-inch and 26-inch, which I couldn't do now. You know, like everyone else, I kind of blossomed forth.
It'd be kind of hard on that midsection, wouldn't it? Tell me, do you have any old favorite stories you'd like to tell us about back when you were younger in Minden?
Well, the one thing that you never did have to leave Minden to find good-looking girls, because they were a lot of them, and us fellas down there were glad of them.
Well, I can assure you there are lots of pretty faces in this room, so I know you're telling the truth. What are you doing now?
Just like the rest of this bunch here, I'm retired too and working hard at it.
Sounds like fun.
Well, when you get there, it's better than you think it is.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
Okay, sir, what's your name?
Leighton Pegram.
And how long has it been since you were last in Minden?
I would say about 35 or 40 years.
Do you see a lot of familiar faces here in the room?
Oh, yes, many of them, many of them.
Tell me, how many reunions have you attended?
This is my fourth one.
And did you bring any other family with you?
No.
Here by yourself today. Do you have any old stories or anything you'd like to tell us on any of these other folks in the room?
Oh, I can't think of any at the moment, no.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Mary Smith.
And Mary, do you have any other relatives or friends here with you today?
My brother here, my two brothers here, and my two cousins here.
Okay, do they live in Minden too?
Me and Martin did, and my other brother, one in Tennessee and one in Dayton. They just live in Minden.
Okay, and when was the last? Do you still live in Minden?
No, I live in Tennessee.
In Tennessee? Wow, you came a long way for the trip.
Yeah.
Have you met lots of friends?
Yeah, I knew a lot of people here before.
Well, that's great. Do you have any stories or any old tales to tell on anybody? Oh, come on.
No,
I know there's one. What was your favorite part about living in Minden?
Well, just like go to the movies, to the store, and around, people, my friends. That is.
Okay, thank you for coming by.
Okay.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Stanley Janeski.
Okay, and how long has it been since you were in Minden last?
I left Minden in 1940.
Okay, so that's about 48 years ago. Where are you at now?
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
That's a long ways to come for a reunion. Are you having a good time?
Very, very good, very good. It took us 12 hours from Bridgeport to Mount Hope.
Have you seen a lot of your old friends?
Yes, I did. I saw some here that I haven't seen in, say, 40 years.
Well, that's wonderful. Let me ask you a question. They tell me that you know everything there is to know about Minden, that you can tell me a lot of stories. What's your favorite remembrance or favorite memory down at Minden?
Well, the favorite was, I used to like to play baseball, and I used to be a scorekeeper for the team, and we traveled from different towns, Summerlee, Carlisle, and we went as far as Cliff Top,
and we got the pants beat out of us because they had a fast diamond, and the balls came out so fast that the guy couldn't get down fast enough to pick it up.
Okay. Are they going to get to have the old timers game today?
What was that?
The old timers game. When's that going to be?
Well, I haven't found out because I haven't been here in 3 years. This is my third time, but I missed the other two.
Okay, are you planning on coming back next year?
Yes, I hope to, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, well, I just got finished talking to this tall fella over here, so I had to back the camera up a little bit and make room for you. What's your name?
Elsie Barnes, Laredo.
Okay, and how are you related to this rascal?
My brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law, okay, I understand that. And do you also live up in Connecticut?
No, I live in Mount Hope.
Mount Hope, West Virginia. Okay, that explains why he said it was 12 hours to Mount Hope and not 12 hours to Oak Hill. Okay, all right, I understand that. And when did you leave Minden?
1940.
Same time he did, okay.
I worked in the country store, 37, 38, and then went to Mount Hope. And that's as far as I've got.
Well, that's a good distance away. Let me ask you another question. What's your favorite memory coming from Minden?
Gosh, we have a lot of good memories. I guess the get-togethers that we used to have. We used to have a young group, and we'd meet at each other's house and make candy, and on Saturday night, that was all we could do.
Well, that sounds pretty fun. Who all was in that group?
Oh, let's see. Herb Jones and my brother Alfred and Claire Ayers and, I can't think of all of them right offhand.
Do you come to the reunion every year?
Every year. Never miss it.
Look forward to it then.
Yes,
She's on the committee.
I'm on the one.
Oh, okay. Is there anybody here new that you hadn't seen in a few years?
Yes, quite a few people this year.
So
we have a lot of new people, don't we? Yeah.
Well, I think that's fabulous. Thanks for stopping by, and I enjoyed talking to you.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, your name?
I'm R.E. or Gene Cavendish.
I see. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was in the school business all my life, and I came to Minden, principal of Minden School, when I was 28 years old. And I stayed at Minden there from 1937 to 1950. However, I was in the Army 3 years during World War II. Most of these people here, they were old students of mine, like you were. You were one of the later ones at Oak Hill. But,
yeah, so you were my principal, weren't you?
Principal, yeah. Your brothers?
Yes, my sisters? Yeah, all of them. Well, tell us a little bit more. What are you doing nowadays?
Well, I'm retired now. I have been retired for the last 13 years. I just do about what I want to now. Enjoy gardening. Enjoy football and sports. Up Morgantown yesterday to see the West Virginia Bowling Green football game. Enjoy life generally now.
So tell us a little bit about your life at Minden. How long were you principal there?
Well, I was principal there 5 years before and 5 years after the war. Altogether, I was principal there 10 years.
I see. And what branch of service were you in?
The Army, the Transportation Corps.
I see. Well, are you seeing a lot of your old friends and a lot of your old former students?
Yeah. Most of these people, they're old students at Minden. I went to Minden 51 years ago this fall, 1937. So most of these people here that went to school with me at Minden are retired people now too.
Well, we sure thank you for stopping by, and you have a nice evening. Thank you, Mr. Cavendish.
What does that map look like on that?
Okay, wait just a second and I'll show it to you.
Yeah, now listen. All right, this is what that part is. This is why that start is tough. The text is on the hill. All right, you work on this one. These are the guys. I'm helping. No, I mean, Margaret. You do. All right. My brother lives in
What's down there now is what was there when I went to school.
Well, they tore it. It didn't burn down.
Right there's the garages I was telling you about building yesterday.
See, this thing had a fire escape on the top. We used to slide down the back. That was 1980. Macaroni. I'm starting to
Man, Hey, you are standing right. Look at that. I'll stand. Jesse down
Yeah, we got
I won't stop till you wave.
Okay, we're waving.
Could I have your attention, please? We are challenged handing. We have that forward. It'll be real cheap. You go up to the counter, they'll weigh out what you want. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, whatever you need. A ham is going for half price. If you want some ham to take home with you, your ham
one that was in Fort Pierce.
I think so. I'm not sure. I have a couple of
And the dad was down there.
I have
Yeah.